Asmongold and Hassan Piker. Name a more iconic duo. These two have been at each other's throats since time immemorial, aka like a year, something like 2 years. They don't like each other. Asmongold Clips uploaded something about Hassan Piker. It also had something like about Dr. K in there. See, like Dr. K. For those who don't know Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG, very smart guy. Highly recommend him. I think that he knows his shit when it comes to psychiatry. But like I was trying to figure out which one to go over. I saw his face and I'm like, oh, there's so many people I know here. So let's see what's going on here. What I'm a little afraid of is that Asmongold is going to try to use Dr. K to justify or try to like use Dr. K to explain Hassan's behavior. And he's going to like armchair psychology this motherfucker. So as, you know, a psychiatric nurse practitioner in training, we will see how he does. Let's take a look.
Are you telling me on Christmas, he had a 2-hour segment on you for Christmas? Merry Christmas.
Guys, this is a 2 to 3 hours crash out on Christmas. Deep breaths. Let's go!
Asmon has a day off, so I watched this Habibi-san talk
2 to 3 hour crash out about Asmongold is kind of nutty, not gonna lie. But you know what? I'm not Hassan. I don't have nearly Hassan's size audience, so I'm not gonna hold judgment.
shit. Asmongold.
So we don't even get to hear what the f he's saying.
Asmongold is incredibly consistent on his views, saying the same shit Asmongold is saying. Asmongold.
Okay, I get it.
Actively tell Asmongold. I, unlike Asmongold, actively tell my chat never to go after people.
That was like 30 straight seconds.
I don't know why you'd say this. Is he saying that Dr. K is lying?
With the creators that I've worked with, there are a handful of communities that they're really scared of, and Hassan's is one of them. And
Okay, but what's the context of that? I think I've seen that stream actually. Here, let's
think it has something to do with his rigidity and the tribalism of his community.
Asmon is
Okay, no, that's true. No, actually, Dr. K spitting. There is a lot of tribalism within Hassan's community. I've literally been banned from their Discord chat because, like I said, something about like black women's hair. Like that's like they didn't even stop to be like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're talking about black women's hair? That's not your place, bro. Banned. Like their mods are kind of nutty with it. I'm just saying.
incredibly consistent on his views. They just don't fit in a neat box. There's more nuance to it. He's Bro, I like you, but your chat did go after people like rabid dogs.
Yeah.
You don't even have a real world example of this.
How about Ethan?
Do you care that your chat is calling me racist?
I see people from Hassan's. Okay, I'm sorry, Hassan. I'm not saying Hassan is telling people to go after anybody or that he can control this at all, but I feel like he should at least recognize that, yes, there are people in his audience who go and like retweet and reply and DM Asmongold and others. Like there's no way that's not a thing. There's simply no way. Like of course people in Hassan's community go after him and he can say until the cows go home, you know, don't do that, don't go after him, don't do that. But at the end of the day, what do you mean by go after him? What do you mean? Can they reply to his tweets? Can they quote tweet him? Can they DM him to ask questions? Can they just like yell at him, you know? Like what do you mean don't go after him? Like there's just no way to like enforce that. And I think that's worth recognizing. You know, he's just all like, I think Hassan, one of his big problems is he like clams up and gets super defensive about shit. You don't got to do that. Just recognize the reality that yes, there are probably people in your community going after, if quote unquote, Asmongold.
Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your...
Okay, wait, they cut that. They cut that.
Moderators, do you care at all about what your audience does?
Wait, why would they cut that like that?
I have not looked at my chat.
Don't you have moderators?
You literally cut it off in the middle of him saying chat.
Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now.
Okay, I cannot sit here and... even I can't do this. I get like 5 chat messages an hour. Okay, and even I cannot sit here. Which, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, get your ass in chat. Okay? The real... like, I know that most people watch me on YouTube, like, after the fact, but the real thing that I like doing is streaming. And so the more people we have here active, the happier... the more happier I am. So come here. But anyway, I can't sit here and watch the chat go by and and just do that the whole time. And certainly much less so for Hassan. That's not a fair criticism of him. Asmongold knows this too. Like, you should have some idea of what's happening in your chat, but when you're a guy as big as Hassan, there are going to be shitters who get away with some stuff. There just are. Like, you can hire moderators to sit there But at the end of the day, they're just there for volunteer work. Like, they're not obligated to be there, nor should they be. Some shit's just gonna slip through the cracks.
I can't stop people from viewing you a certain way. I even tell people not to go.
Ethan just wants Hasan to have a shot collar for his chatters. I think Hasan had a shot collar. I don't like that I think that. I wish that I could see evidence against that. But so far, the evidence I've seen dictates to, like, it just tells me that, yes, he probably had a shot collar, okay? It's among the lesser of my concerns. I think that it is a weak spot in Hasan that he would feel the need to shock his dog, okay? I think that's a bad thing to do. But at the same time, like, I agree with the guy's project. It's not illegal to shock dogs in America. It is just a method that some people use. Like spanking, it's like spanking your kid, okay? It's as bad as spanking your kid, in my opinion, okay? I mean, it's just positive punishment. Positive punishment. That's what he does to his dog, okay? Some people spank their kids, Hasan shocks his dog. But then, like, he tried to hide it. And it's like, well, don't do that, man. Like, people are going to find out. And they did. But at the same time, I feel like the people who focus in on that, like Ethan Klein, Asmongold, they're not honest. They're not being honest, okay? They may think they are. Oh, the guy who shocks his dog, you're going to listen to the guy who shocked his dog. About some things, sometimes yes. Especially over Asmongold. Yeah, yes, I will actually. Thank you. Okay? You can be a shitty person in some regards and still be correct in others.
After people who are calling me out with regular frequency.
Yes, sure.
I can't stop people from viewing you a certain way.
You know, Moist Critical's fan base, or whether it be all the slop tubers and centrists, they're not going to go after him. He's cultivated a very diehard fan base.
Man, so here's the thing is that he's been mad at Charlie ever since.
I think another problem that Hasan Piker has is he comes off a lot like he has a stick up his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I think enough of the time and for long enough, he came off as though like he was just this chill dude bro, just like, you know, playing games sometimes, mostly talking politics, whatever. And that's how he got as big as he did. But I think the bigger he got, the deeper that stick was rammed up his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, he just seems really uptight. And I get that from him and his community, and I really don't like it. I think that's what drives people away from him and toward people like Asmongold. Because say what you will about Asmongold, the guy's a walking nightmare of a person. You know, he is laid back. Like, he clearly too laid back, in my opinion. I think that he is sloth incarnate, okay? But he done got a stick jammed up his ass. I think if he just had less obnoxious fashion, he'd be liked way more. He is very forward with it, is he not? Like, when you constantly have your ideology on blast, like I used to do, I would always be wearing a Palestine shirt, always be wearing a trans shirt, whatever. And, like, you gotta chill with that sometimes, you know? Just have people... Just, like, even trans people don't want to think about trans people all the time. Palestinians don't want to think about Palestinians all the time, okay? The only people who want to think like that all the time are white nationalists who think they're being replaced. Don't be like them.
Since Dogtober 7th.
There was no bad behavior or any kind of correction or punishment needed to be doled out there. All she did was move on the bed slightly, like slightly move off the bed. I think...
Are we really still on this collar thing, man? Like, every single time they talk about Hasan, it's the collar, it's the collar, it's the collar.
It's super fucked up.
He's trying to indirectly put pressure on him for him to attack me because he made a video critical of Hasan's dog thing.
And now for the next one, Hasan talks about Clavicular, the guy who ran over the stalker and went viral, which somehow is still Asmon's fault.
Great.
And then, you know, the girl actually leaked all these text messages, and god damn it, I'm giving you so much lore that I shouldn't know. I'm 34 years old. Oh my god, I'm far too employed for this.
Don't ever let him tell you that he's not a slop tuber. He just revealed that he knows all of the internal drama about Clavicular and his ex-girlfriend. So this whole thing of like, I'm a political commentator, I'm above all this stuff. Not really though, right?
I gotta hand it to Asmongold on this one. He hit the nail on the head. I agree.
But Cookie King, who is Turkish, he's looks back, so he's friends with Clavicular. I don't even know if he's still friends with Clavicular.
He's right,
was in a relationship with someone, I think, and basically the girl
he knows all.
Was in a relationship with outed him.
I don't even know this. I didn't even know this. This is.
He's correct. Hasan loves to act like he's above the drama. He loves to act like that. But then what happens? He's right there in the middle of it all the time, and he just pretends like he's not. Like he's just an unwitting bystander, an unwitting bystander of all this drama, just somehow accumulating around him. Who's to say how that happened? It's so easy to edit all the good takes of PF as together and bad takes of Hasan. Of as together, Asmongold. Clip chimp to bits. Yes, I understand. I get it. But Hasan, I've watched Hasan long enough to know that's his attitude. Like, he truly does put himself above the drama tubers. He thinks that he's a step above them. He may deny that he thinks that, but the only reason he denies that is because he knows he has to not come off as like a pompous dick. It's the Mold Man, indeed. Asmongold, the WoW streamer who lives in his garage, who lives in garbage, somehow becomes one of the most watched political streamers. I mean, what does it say about the state of the world that Sloth Man, you know, garbage incarnate, is the #1 political streamer? It's poetic. It's poetic.
This is crazy.
And these guys are bringing that up as a meme. It's no different than
Oh my
shit about
God.
racism or anything like that. It's no different than someone randomly coming up to me being like, oh, free riot. Like, it's the same shit. People just do this kind of stuff because they want to gain clout, because there are a bunch of dumb who will be like, oh, this was so base, like Asmongold.
Oh, right, of course. It's so basically the reason why this happens is because of me. Yes, stalking happens because of me. Of course. Why am I not surprised?
I mean, sometimes. I think that Asmongold has some things correct in there, but for the most part, what was the part of with Dark Decay again? Oh yeah. But the thing is that, like, Asmongold's right about some things about Hasan's community. For sure. I think that people are reading Hasan like a book, and I don't think that it's good for him or good for anybody on the left, to be honest. But on the other hand, I do think it's silly to like focus on Hasan and the shot collar thing like so much. You know, like I said, I am a believer that Hasan had a shot collar on his dog, but I also think it's just as bad as spanking a kid. Like, you can't convince me that right-wing influencers like Matt Walsh, who we'll be watching in a second here, they absolutely spank their kids. I think they've admitted to spanking their kids. Like let's be real, okay? And in my opinion, that's even worse than shocking your dog. Just my opinion. But, you know, I can see it going both ways. I'm not here to judge, you know, two bad bitches against each other. Like, they just can't get off of this point because it sells, right? It sells. It's good drama. It's good slop. I don't know. I do wish that Hasan would not make it so, like, he makes himself a very easy target for these people, to be honest, guys. If he didn't, then they wouldn't produce so much content on him. There's no shortage of large creators that they could go after instead. Hasan just makes it very easy for them. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs, or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.